Sorry if I sound a little out of breath. I was kind of chasing a chicken. Welcome all the heathens. Hello, the biggest heathen, Sharky. Hello. And welcome to Vampire Therapist. I don't know really anything about this game. It was a gift. One of my other heathens gifted this to me, and I've never heard of it before. But I am a sucker for anything vampire, so let's see how this game plays. Let's start a new game. Let's get into it. Ooh, there's addiction, abuse, and sexual. Ooh, suicidal. Okay, this might be a dark game. We recommend that readers with a history of trauma related to any of these topics approach this game with caution. Naturally, a game about vampires will also involve blood and sexual themes. Naturally. Strong language is also present. Vampire Therapist was developed with licensed therapists, but it should not be considered. Don't actually use the advice. It's for vampires. I am a vampire. I could use this advice. Hell yeah. Let's go. I need all the therapy.
My name is Sam Walls, and I'm a dead man. Well, kinda dead at least. See, I'm a vampire. Now, if you think that means all that Dracula hooey, like hissing, wearing skin-tight leather, and hunting mortals for sport, I wouldn't blame you one bit.
That sounds hot.
That's exactly the sort of thing I did in my younger years with my former gang. And let me tell you, a vampire who's good with a gun can be a real terror. I got lucky though. I met some kind mortals who saw beyond my fangs. They taught me my letters and showed me how my thinking was keeping me from finding any kind of peace. After they passed on, I roamed America's majestic wilderness for nigh on 90 years, figuring out myself and what it means to be a vampire. And I found revelation. What I realized was, it ain't fangs that make us monsters. It's the self-defeating ways we think. Anywho, as the world started getting smaller, my old vampire gang tracked me down. Them being my kin, I wanted to help them see the world like I did, but they still have the same monster mindset I used to have. Good thing I'm a quick draw.
Pew pew.
But I got hooked up with this newfangled internet thing and found a vampire who's helping my kin find their way. Fella named Andromachos, supposed to be 3,000 years old.
Damn.
He invited me to come out to Europe to learn from him. I figure someone older than time has got to have the answers.
It does sound like a good time.
I'm going on a trip, I guess. This feels like my opportunity to do some good in the world. I've been looking, and now it's time to give back. Vampires ain't monsters. Or at least, they don't have to be. And come hell or high water, I'm gonna prove it to them.
By treating their trauma. Nice. Very nice. Oh, yeah.
Well, I think this is the address. Number 27, Clean Flitter Mouse Streeb?
Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck does that mean?
Sure is a hell of a lot of ruckus for this time of night. People stay up late here.
Dude, it's got Vampire Club written all over it.
Wait a minute. These folk are vampires. Better watch myself.
Yeah, we are jamming now. I think Sam's kind of dumb. Yeah. Get that shit. Yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I gotta really like. Yeah. Ooh. My boobs are jiggling too much. Oh yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. This shit's good. All right. Let's get back to basics.
Guten Abend, folks. Sprechen Sie English?
Yeah, hello, Alta. Are you here to party with us at the hottest club?
I love their style. That's amazing. I'm in love already. Tell them you're here to party. Ask them about the dress code. Yeah, fuck. I am so here to party. I am here to
I can
party.
cut loose. What kind of party is this?
The kind where we dance all night and get sexy.
Ooh, what a party!
Oh, you're them kind of vampires.
Wow, judgy.
Ach so, there are better things to suck than blood, oder?
Ayo. Ayo.
Although we have to get past the bouncer first. If we do not, I'm thinking our night is ruined.
Oh, wait a sec. There's something about what she just said. I can feel it. It reminds me of one of my revelations about the funny patterns in the way we vampires think. Well, let's see. One type of thinking I noticed I called hot branding. That's when we brand ourselves with names we can't get rid of. There's high noon mind. That's when we treat a situation like it's a do or die showdown. And there's saloon thinking. That's when we act either helpless or invincible, like we've just drunk a pint of moonshine.
Nice.
I can always check my journal if I need examples. I kept all my notes about the funny ways we vampires think in there.
Thank God, because I will not remember any of that.
I think I know which one of them funny ways they're thinking in, though. Hold on, compadres. You seem like the kind who can make their own fun.
I don't want to have my own fun. Imenacht is the only place to be on Friday night.
She just wants to party, my dude. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, am I supposed to, like, match? Am I supposed to match this? Private property. Do not read. But here's my email. Turn the page. Turn the page. Turn the page? Turn the page. What is this? Okay, well, I might be fucked because I don't know how to turn the page. Using a mouse. I just know how to put it down. Well, I didn't remember a lot of this. I don't remember the hot branding, I guess. I kind of remember the high noon mind and the saloon thinking. But I don't remember what the hot branding was. I think I just skipped that one. Also, like that
Amigos,
one.
you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's a nightclub, not a high noon showdown. The night's full of possibilities.
Reinhardt, I don't know what this means, but I like the way the sexy American talks.
Oh!
You make us think that maybe it is better we haven't gotten into the club, because we are now meeting you.
Did I just initiate myself into a threesome?
Hey, if meeting me makes your night better, I'm glad we met. I really gotta find Andromachos, though.
You have to get past the bouncer. He decides who gets in and who doesn't. And he hasn't looked our way all night.
How could he not? You guys look great.
Maybe I'll have a little word with him.
Are they gonna touch some tra-la-las? I bet yes.
Excuse me, friend.
Ooh.
I hear you're the man to talk to around these parts.
That's a scary man. He's cool looking. This is how I know I've been listening to too much smut.
I'm here to see Andromachos.
Yep, definitely listening to too much smut.
Have fun, mate.
Hey, thanks, amigo. You have yourself a fine night, you hear?
Cowboy, what about us?
I can be jerks to them? I don't want to be jerks to them.
Sure,
They're
they're
great.
friends of mine.
Have fun, mate.
Well, come on, you two. We ain't got all night. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dang, awful loud in here.
Come on, my liver, dance with us!
Oh, you kids have fun. I'll catch up with you later. Tarnation, I'd rather hear a gopher giving birth than this.
Well, excuse you. This shit's the jam.
I better talk to whoever's slinging drinks in this here saloon. They ought to know where Andromachos is. But pardon me, ma'am.
Well, well, look at you. We get a lot of 80s fashion in here, but not usually the 1880s. What can I get you, cowboy? The special's Red Bull and vodka. You down?
Oh, that's why does this game hit me so hard. That is my special. Anytime I go anywhere, I will get a Red Bull and vodka or a Red Bull margarita. This game just hits with me.
I never drink Red Bull.
Wow, you're missing out, my guy.
I'm actually looking for the owner. He around tonight?
Might be. What do you say your name was?
Sam Walls, begging your pardon.
Sam Walls, huh?
That is what I said.
I don't think I know anything about a Sam Walls. After all, I'm just a know-nothing bartender.
Oh, are you acting a certain type of way? I don't remember what the hot branding is. I really wish I could figure out how to scroll. Oh wait, is it like my actual, no, it's not that. It's got that button. What's this button? Oh, what the? I've literally tried doing this already. Anyway, let's look up this. Funny ways we think. What's the hot branding one? The high noon mind is sometimes things to see in black and white, win or lose. We stress ourselves out when stakes are high. If I can't get the best saddle, my butt's gonna break. Ain't no doubt. Either I show up ready to win the rodeo, or I'd better just not show up. Okay. Saloon thinking is examples. With my dark powers, vampires shall dominate the mortal world. If a mortal discovers our secret, it's entirely my responsibility to deal with it. I can't deal with... Okay, so just being dramatic. I'm stuck in the USA forever. Hot branding. I missed that shot. I'm such a butterfingers. Cry over a horse. You're sappy as hell. That fella doesn't like wearing leather. He's only a vampire wannabe. She's playing kind of coy. Is she hot branding? Do we think she's hot branding? I'm gonna not
From
understand.
where I'm standing, I see someone with style and confidence, not just a drink machine. Don't go branding yourself like that's all you are.
Yeah. Does that mean I succeeded to the blood
Don't
splatters?
you go worrying about me, cowboy. The man upstairs warned me you were coming. I was just testing to see if you are who you say you are. Tell you what, let me give you something from our special reserve. I don't think you're looking for booze.
Nope.
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. I was wondering where the blood was. I met some vampires outside, so I figured this was a vampire club.
You met some gods, honey. They're here to dance and have fun.
Oh shit, they're just normal goths?
So all these people are mortals?
How do you think the head vampire gets his blood? They can't wait to share it with him. It's a special experience.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's the only real vampire here. Well, him and Bert.
Bert?
You met him already. Bert, shuffle on over here.
Shuffle this way. Yeah, I figured he was a vampire. He looks like a Nosferatu for sure.
This one's here to see the big guy. Show him upstairs, okay?
Have fun, mate.
Oh, I will, thank you.
Good luck up there, cowboy. Hope you find what you're looking for.
I don't even know what I'm looking for. Other than this music being a banger.
Howdy. It's Sam Wallace to see you, sir. The guy who's been sending you all them V-mails.
Nice.
Yes, I know who you are, Samuel Walls. You have come here because you believe you can help our kin.
Ooh, he's so like gravelly sounding.
The question is, are you first able to help yourself?
No. Of course I can help myself. I got
I've
a
been
gun.
fixing myself for more than a century now.
I'm a cowboy.
I don't think I need help.
Yes, sir.
Then you must prepare to learn a most difficult lesson.
What? Trying not to get a certain type of feeling hearing your voice?
We all need help, Samuel. I am pleased that you have come to receive mine.
Dang, you scared the heck out of me.
What is Sam?
You must allow an ancient vampire his games. He will play them regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
Please, sit down.
Hey, thanks. You're so polite.
What an absolute pleasure it is to meet you at last. I found your messages most intriguing.
I like your style.
Afraid there ain't much here in the way of intrigue. I'm just a lonesome cowboy looking for answers.
Totally.
You know, I receive emails every day from vampires seeking my help. You are the very first to seek my aid in helping others. This alone makes you intriguing.
Thank you.
Well, dang. I think you're gonna be sorely disappointed when you get to talking to me. I'm just honored you're giving me the time of night.
I have unlimited time, Samuel. I am pleased to share some of it with you. Our kind can be rather set in their ways. It is inspiring to see someone so young and eager to learn.
Yeah, well, I wasn't much for learning when I was alive. Just making up for lost time, I guess.
It sounds as though you have been handling your own life better than most. I was particularly intrigued by these revelations you had while walking in nature.
Oh, yeah, them. Well, I give walking the credit. Nothing sorts my thoughts out better. After a few decades, I started seeing patterns in the way we vampires think.
Can you explain some of these patterns?
Absolutely, my guy.
I tried to explain them to other vampires, but it ain't never gone well. I can try, though. See, we tend to assume certain things just because we've been believing them since we were alive. Or we decide the world's against us just because we're hungry or tired or something.
Yes, I hear that Eva requests entry. However, if I accept his entry, he will then turn around and request exit. And I don't want to deal with that. So Eva can be a big baby somewhere else.
And when we start tackling problems that ain't real, we ain't fixing our real problems. That make any kind of sense?
Totally makes sense.
Fascinating, Samuel. These revelations that you had in the woods, mortal psychologists have a term for them. They are called cognitive distortions.
Whoa.
Cognitive whoozy what now?
Yeah, for reals.
Cognitive distortions. They are exactly as you described them. I will explain in a moment. Please, tell me about these specific revelations you had.
I'm glad that Eva gave your lap approval of where to chill. Ugh. My nose is all runny. I will explain in a moment. Please tell me about these specific. Okay, so I could just explain each one of
See,
these.
I used to be in a gang. They were my whole existence. If you asked me who I was, I would have said, I'm a murdering bastard.
Yes, kick rocks criminal activities. Even though he's been rather good today.
Once I got away, I realized how small-minded that was. I was Sam before I was a murdering bastard, but that's how I was choosing to brand myself. My old gang's still around, and they're still branding themselves like that. They can't see themselves as anything but killers.
Very astute, Samuel. I favor the clinical term, however, which is labeling.
That is so much better than fucking hot branding. Thank you. I'm so happy they're gonna put these in simpler, like, simpler terms. Yeah, labeling, Sam.
You correctly discovered that labeling is a reductive act. When we call ourselves names, even if we find them accurate, we create prophecies we are doomed to fulfill. For millennia, I thought of myself as a killer. It was not untrue that killing was how I made my way in the world. I was an unstoppable warrior and assassin. But with this label, I limited myself for ages. I did not only kill people, I also killed potential aspirations I might have had.
Oh,
See whether you can catch me doing some labeling in my next few statements.
okay.
I am so old, I am ancient.
Oh, you're not that old. You look not a day over 30.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe myself? Yes, I am a mass murderer.
Oh, okay.
It seems you have missed my labeling. Let us
whoops.
begin once more.
I didn't realize I was supposed to click.
I am so old, I am ancient.
Right.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I
fuck,
know you've
that's
been kicking around a long
not the
time,
right
but
one I
don't go
wanted.
labeling yourself as ancient.
But according to definition, I am ancient. It is not a label, but a specific classification of my age.
Are people into that?
Well, you look pretty good for being ancient then.
The secret is moisturizer, but let us continue.
Okay, my vampire dude. Moisturizer's key. You heard it here first.
Call me whatever you like, but don't call me late for dinner. How shall I describe
This
myself?
one. This is the one I wanted.
Yes, I am a mass murderer.
No, you're
Well,
not.
that's about as clear a labeling as it gets. Yeah, we vampires tend to do a lot of killing, but reducing ourselves to killers ain't doing us any favors.
Yeah, the age gap smut does say otherwise. However, I don't like those. Unless it's like a immortal with at least someone in mid-20s, preferably not 18, but you know.
Excellent, Samuel. You are correct. Labels can be cages that we lock ourselves in. I was a mere murderer for most of my existence because that is how I labeled myself.
Not into the gilf vampire. No. No.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sam Walls, the murderer, reprobate, and good for nothing.
Those are not how I would describe the Sam Walls I see before me.
Oh, please tell me how you would label me.
Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
Sure. I will tell you about the high noon mind.
Well, I noticed how we stress ourselves out by making everything a battle of do or die absolutes. High noon mind, I call it. Like that feeling you get right before a big shootout.
Fight or flight?
I must confess I have no experience with this feeling. I engaged in mortal combat long before the age of gunpowder. But the sentiment you describe mirrors the words of my old friend Marcus Aurelius. He used to say that the magnitude of life's challenges often turn us into our worst selves.
You mean Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor?
Of course, his name was Marcus. Marcus was a bedroom name.
Oh, okay.
You mean you and the emperor were...
Yeah, that's exactly what he's saying.
It was ancient Rome. Penetration was similar to a handshake.
Oh! Ooh, he is so not wrong. He is not wrong. Ayo is right. Sam is terrified.
My apologies. I somehow forgot you were American. But let us discuss this high noon mind.
Oh, burn on Americans. Oh my god. This game's great.
I believe we can broaden your definition. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon of binary thought polarized thinking, but I like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Hey, nice to meet you. Let me stick it in. Yeah, Sharky, that is basically what he said. At least he's asking, I guess. I was more thinking he was like hi, it's nice to meet you. And instead of the hand coming out, it's his pee-pee's coming out and towards, and the other one's like turning around already. But at least he asked, let me stick it in your statement. I was not thinking that.
Nosferatu thinking?
It means you are thinking in black and white.
I get it. That's pretty funny.
I believe it encompasses the breadth of the distortion. One is not flatly weak or strong, good or evil, smart or stupid, a success or a failure. The truth is far more complex and colorful.
Like dog sniffing butts, like 2 steps over. Yes, that is exactly how I'm gonna think about this.
Not every high noon gunfight ends in oblivion, correct?
But yeah, that's true. Getting shot still ain't fun, but it ain't the end neither.
A perfect example, Samuel. Now, try to catch me using Nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
I will give you a series of statements, and one of them will contain Nosferatu thinking. I will repeat them if you miss it.
Thank you for saying that. Why didn't you say that the first fucking time?
If I do not drink blood, I will surely die. Death eventually comes for us all.
Well, that's just facts.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
That's just facts too. Is his first one black and white?
Did you miss my Nosferatu thinking? Let me start over. If I do not drink blood, I will surely die.
I don't know, that one's pretty factual too for vampires.
Is that Nosferatu
No.
thinking?
Is it the...
No, Samuel. In this case, I am not arguing with reality. If we do not drink blood, we die. This is a fact of being a vampire.
Which is true.
Let us continue.
But most of what you said were facts.
Death eventually comes for us all.
Is this not because we're vampires, so we can control that? Mortals will likely always fear our kind, but that's not always true. I mean, like, yes, it is true because mortals will fear vampires because they're different. People are scared of different things. But on the other spectrum, like, mortals also are horned up for vampires, so it's either scared or horny.
Mortals will always fear our kind.
I kind of just want to get him wrong just to see what he says too.
That's Nosferatu thinking right there. I've met mortals who knew who I was and weren't scared.
Very good, Samuel. And even if you hadn't, to say mortals will always fear us ends any hope that they might not.
I'm gonna be trash at this, I'm just saying. Sharky, you're not wrong. Mortals are horned up for almost anything and everything.
Always is such a terminal word, is it not?
Yes.
Would you like to discuss more of your revelations with me?
Sure, I have this last one. It's called Saloon Thinking.
I realize that as vampires, we can get the feeling of the power that comes with immortality and strength, but then we get hopeless and aimless over time.
Hold on, I gotta fix something real quick. I just need to do this. There we go. And then do this. Okay, that's better.
It's kind of like the fella you see in the saloon at the bottom of a bottle of whiskey. Either he thinks he can fight everyone, or he's crying into them last drops because he thinks life's hopeless. It's saloon thinking. Two extremes that probably ain't true.
So overthinking?
A fascinating observation, Samuel. Your saloon thinking was described in my time as the battle between hubris and nemesis, the twin excesses of arrogance and self-pity.
Oh man, it make me wish I'd gotten some schooling. Maybe I would have figured this stuff out earlier.
You live forever, my friend. There is no rush. What you have identified is a phenomenon where individuals perceive either an illusion of control or a lack of control. Mortal psychologists call this phenomenon you have described a control fallacy.
Okay.
Rarely do we have complete power over our situations or no power at all. But we create this illusion that stops us from attempting to change our perceived situations.
Yeah, you're right about that. I used to think I'd never get away from my gang, and maybe that's what made me stick with them for so long.
Yes, you see how cognitive distortions keep us from facing reality, whatever that reality may be. Of course, I am so old and powerful that I am always in control.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's...
You're testing me, ain't you? That's a control fallacy right there.
Well done, Samuel. I am indeed very powerful, but the cosmos holds no awareness of Andromachos. Of course, as you expertly pointed out with your analogy about the man at the bottom of a whiskey bottle, a control fallacy can be positive or negative. Listen to my next few statements and try to find a control fallacy. Simply let me continue if you do not detect one.
I will let you continue.
The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
Okay.
My kitty cat died. I shall be lonely forever.
I mean, that's facts. That's just facts. I would also be lonely forever.
I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again.
You said that twice. Are you trying to hint to me? You trying to hint something? You said that 2 times. Were you like squinting your eyes when you said that? You were like, hey, you dumbass.
You didn't catch my control fallacy. Let's try once more. The sun will eventually burn out. I will roam a cold, dead earth, and there is little I can do about it.
This one.
Well, that sounds like one of them control fallacies.
Really?
With all
You're
eternity,
being dramatic.
I think you could do something to save the sun.
I
no.
applaud your optimism and ambition, Samuel, but some things we must be prepared to accept, and the death of the sun is one of them. But let us continue.
Probably
My
the
kitty
last
cat
one.
died. I shall be lonely forever.
Yeah. I'm not choosing that one. That's facts.
I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again. I shall never feel the warm sun upon my skin again.
Well, that's a control
God
fallacy.
damn it, it is the cat one.
I mean, you could feel the
but
sun
that's
if you
so
really wanted to.
true.
There is a significant difference between enjoying the warm sun and being burnt into ash. It is not a distortion to acknowledge indisputable sources of harm. Let us try again. You didn't catch my control fallacy. The sun will eventually burn. My kitty cat died.
This one.
I'm sorry about your sweet kitty, but you could always pick up a new one. Or there's lots of them just waiting for a loving home, so you don't need to be lonely.
No.
It was just an example, Samuel. Well spotted. But I do speak from experience. I felt this way once when a pharaoh I was dating had our cat mummified.
Aww.
I went into a murderous depression that nearly decimated the continent. But I had the power to help myself all along by adopting a new friend in need of a home.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, dang, don't let me get on your bad side.
That is so cute.
I doubt you shall see it, Samuel. Did you have more revelations to tell me about?
I think that's all of them. Or at least the ones that were the most obvious to me.
That you recognize the concept of cognitive distortions at all is most impressive, Samuel. What took me nearly 3 millennia to understand took you merely 2 centuries.
Oh, come on, you're just flattering me. I'm just a dope stumbling his way through one life.
Same.
Are you now? Tell me, Samuel, what kind of cognitive distortion are you exhibiting when you call yourself a dope?
Labeling.
Yeah, I'm doing some labeling. I gotta watch myself, huh?
As long as we retain any humanity, we will have cognitive distortions. What we are aiming for is not to become perfect beings, but to understand and accept ourselves. As long as we can recognize cognitive distortions, we can address our real challenges. One cannot drink blood from a straw man, after all.
Are you sure?
I ain't never heard that one before, but I like it.
If it helps solidify the concept in your mind, then I am well satisfied. I know you came to learn from me, so I will do my best to honor your good intentions. Let us ensure that you understand the concepts of labeling, control fallacies, and Nosferatu thinking.
Okay.
I will give you a series of statements, and each one will contain a cognitive distortion for you to identify. I will begin.
Oh, God, okay.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with that either. So, he's not labeling, that's for sure. Here's that, what, black and white thinking. and then being dramatic. That's how I view those. Maybe he's doing some black and white thinking. I don't know.
Well, that ain't right.
No.
He's acting powerless, like a man clinging to the whiskey bottle. What Andromaco say that distortion was?
This is the control one.
If I invite over my vampire friends, I know I'm going to have to deal with guano all over the place when they turn into bats at the end of the night.
Being dramatic.
Well, there's a control fallacy, sir. You're acting like you've got no control, but you could lay down some ground rules for guests, or some newspaper.
Or express concern to my friends that they have not been toilet trained. Very good, Samuel. Let me try another. I am Andromachos, the ancient darkness, the scourge of the Mediterranean, the mortal's bane.
Hell yeah, tell me more.
Well, that's definitely some intense labeling. Those are some hard names to get over.
You are not wrong. Those names followed me for millennia. It was most stifling. Let me try another then. If my club's revenues do not significantly increase, I will end up living on the street.
No, that's dramatic too.
That there's got to be Nosferatu thinking. There's a huge space between making a ton of profit and living on the street.
Indeed, you are correct. I run my club at a considerable loss, but 3,000 years of banking interest means that money is not really an object to me anyway. Samuel, now I am not only intrigued by you, but also impressed. I would very much like to teach you my ways, but I must demand something of you first.
Oh, of course.
Anything. I'm here to learn.
You must receive therapy yourself. I will not have you seeing clients without a commitment to your own mental health.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute. I don't know that I need therapy. I'm feeling pretty good about myself these days.
Everyone can benefit in therapy. It's fine.
Samuel, we all need therapy to live in this world. You have been speaking in cognitive distortions since the moment you walked into my office.
I have. I didn't even notice.
They are most insidious, but I am here to help you identify and challenge them. You have walked alone for too long, Samuel. Allow me to share my experience with you.
Yeah.
Well, all right, if you say so. I appreciate your taking the time to work on this old cowpoke.
Old cowpoke.
We have all the time in the world, Samuel. But for now, you must be eager for something fresh. Please, dance, drink your fill. We will begin tomorrow.
Okay, then. Well, sir, it's been an honor.
I would like to see the way that Sam dances.
You don't have to call me sir, you know.
All right, then, Andromachos.
Andromachos.
Hey, Andromachos.
Just call me Andy.
Andy! I love that.
All right, Andy. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
I'll be your Woody. Hehe. Yeah, back to the clip.
Dang, look at all them mortals, sweating, blood pumping. I am thirsty. There ain't no power on this earth that'll get me on a dance floor. Maybe I'll see if the bartender's got anything for me.
If it isn't Clint Eastwood again. How'd it go, cowboy?
What up, Crimson?
Seems I'll be sticking around. Guess I better get used to things around here.
Good to hear. About time someone helped Andy with his work. Seems you vampires have a lot of problems to fix. Name's Crimson, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Fine meeting you, Crimson. How do you know so much about what Andy's doing?
Pillow talk. I'm his blood partner.
Oh, nice.
No shit. How's a mortal get hooked up with an ancient vampire?
Because she's hot.
I'm a rock climber. I stumbled into one of his lairs in Madagascar, found a cave while climbing a mountain, and there he was, naked in a hot tub.
Ooh.
Dang. Must have been a sight.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding, cowboy. Didn't expect a luxury apartment with a gorgeous naked vampire inside of a mountain. We hit it off, and he asked me to come back here with him. I like an adventure, so I said, what the hell? I'll date the gorgeous Dracula.
Yeah.
But what are you doing talking to me, cowboy? The blood's running hot on the dance floor, and these kids don't mind a little biting.
Ain't no way I'm dancing. There's gotta be a better way to get something fresh to drink.
Reinhard, look, it's the sexy old guy again.
What? They think I'm sexy?
You should buy us a drink, old guy. You'll probably get lucky. Actually, you will definitely get lucky.
Well, pleasures of the flesh ain't exactly what I'm after tonight.
That's because you haven't experienced these pleasures with us yet. Buy us a drink and you will discover great satisfaction by uns.
Alcohol's bad for you, don't you know? Tell them they can support themselves. Tell them you don't have the money. Tell them alcohol is bad for them. Tell them they're not your type. I could just say I don't have money. I'm assuming that Sam is very poor. Probably doesn't have a lot of money, but he could, because he's been around for 2 centuries. But they could support themselves. I don't want to offend them. I'll just say I don't have money.
I ain't buying you a drink. All I got are good old-fashioned dollars.
I like American money. All we have on our money are buildings. You have all the sexy old men.
All right, I'll buy it. Which of them old men are sexy?
I like Hamilton. His posture is just so powerful.
There is a dollar coin that has Eisenhower's face on it.
Oh, you are right. Eisenhower is, how do you Americans say, a snack?
You think he's a snack?
I get it. You like older men.
Yeah, no.
Look, kids, you seem like nice enough folks, but I wasn't planning on buying drinks tonight.
Stop teasing the cowboy, Kinder. They're just messing with you. Drinks are free here.
Dang, really? I ain't never been to a saloon with free hooch.
Call it a drink exchange.
Huh. So, everyone here knows they might be sharing blood?
Only as long as there's consent. We like to create a safe environment here.
As you should.
Why don't you take Reinhard and Maxie here back to the kink room?
There's a kink room? Excuse me?
Wait, kink room?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're not in Kansas anymore, cowboy. We are not afraid of sex here.
I'm from Missouri, but point taken.
Nobody has to do anything they don't want to do in there. Just have fun and drink your fill, handsome. I'm sure I'll be seeing plenty of you.
Is there nudity in this? Should I should have looked through the settings.
Maxie, Reinhard, this is one of our special customers.
Yeah, free drinks and kinky bites and potential sex. This is a lot of people's fantasy right here.
Ach so, ein Vampir. I'm thinking we are all getting lucky then.
My neck throbs with anticipation.
No, I didn't like that. Please don't. I don't want your neck to throb with anticipation. Please make it stop throbbing.
Dang. Guess I'm going to a kink room then. Thanks, Crimson.
I knew a man who wore this much leather couldn't be boring.
This is a very pretty room for it to be a kink room.
Yeah, well, you got me pegged.
Oh, well, they're gonna get you pegged, that's for sure.
Is that what we are doing now? Give me the document and I will sign myself up for it.
Oh.
I really ain't in Missouri no more. Look, I'm more into biting.
My dude's just like, I'm just hungry. I just want a snack. I don't want to do all these extra activities.
Oh, your teeth look perfect. Are you going to bite me with those?
That's the plan. Who's going first?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, me.
Well, step right on up. Remember, Sammy boy, just stick the tips of them fangs into the blue veins and we'll all have a nice time.
Just the tip, guys. You heard it here. Just the tip. Oh. Excuse me? Do Do I have to line them both up to the... I better not have to line both of those up to the... No, I can't. There's no way.
Oh, das hat sich gut angefühlt.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Is it my turn yet?
Sure.
Sure thing. Come on over.
Oh, you have a fucking chain I gotta get over. And yeah.
Oh, Reinhardt, the hot old vampire wore me out.
Me too, Maxi. I feel as though I have set up a mail server.
Reinhardt, mein Sucke Fledermaus. Ich bin so müde, sexy zu sein.
I have no idea what she's saying.
I will get us a taxi cab, Liebchen. Und du, cowboy? Next time we will talk about that thing you mentioned earlier.
What, the pegging?
Oh, yeah, sure thing, fella. Maybe I can tell you some Eisenhower stories. Now that I've had something to drink, I should probably get to my coffin.
Where
Samuel,
is your
wait a
coffin?
moment. I see you got your fill. Are you heading out?
Sure am.
Yeah, I figure I could use some shut-eye. I locked up my coffin over at the storage center.
Storage center? Please, you can use my guest coffin. I insist. You must be well rested for the challenges ahead.
Well, thank you. You're so kind.
Guess I got a big night tomorrow, huh? I should get a good day's sleep.
Wonderful. Please, follow me.
Sure, I will follow you.
Well, dang.
Is that a TV?
This is mighty plush. Guess it's one of them smart coffins.
A smart coffin.
Let's see what's on TV.
Okay, it is a TV. This is a huge coffin.
Hey, I remember this movie. We were so proud to finally get some representation.
Huh.
Not sure I should stay up watching movies, though. Well, ain't much else to do in here. I think it's about time I hit the hay. Hope I'm cut out for all this.
I am not. I'm not cut out for this. But we can try our best. Though I wrote
Samuel,
notes.
good evening. I hope you slept well.
I slept great, Andy. Thank you.
Like the dead, as they say.
I was hoping to save you some breakfast, but I've already sent them on their way.
Oh, that's all right. I'm still pretty full from last night. Them goth types were practically throwing themselves at me.
I am not surprised. Perhaps I should be concerned that some of my guests will follow you home.
Well, gosh, if I still had mortal circulation, I'd be blushing.
Why are you so embarrassed, Samuel?
Ah, hell. Guess we should just save it for therapy, huh? We gonna get started now?
I will tell you all the reasons why I get so embarrassed.
If you like.
Why not? I'm eager to get going. Let loose, Doc.
Very well. Let's start with the first question any therapist asks then. What brought you to me? Why is becoming a therapist so important to you?
Well, gosh, I remember what it was like. Being all angry, hungry, and scared all the time. It ain't no way to live.
True.
When I see vampires acting the way I used to, I just need to show them there's more to unlife.
And why is that up to you?
You, of all people, know how lost our kind can be. Preying on the weak, dating mortal high schoolers.
Oh.
I've got to make them see their potential. That's what I'm here for. I know it.
That is a lot of responsibility to place on yourself.
You got a funny look in your eye. Am I doing one of them distortion things?
You are most perceptive. Yes, perhaps you can tell me what it is. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Am I doing this?
I'm doing some Nosferatu thinking, ain't
no,
I?
I'm not. I'm doing the controlling.
Remember, Sam,
I'm
that
controlling.
Nosferatu thinking comprises thoughts that are lacking in color and nuance. They are one extreme or another. You are not Nosferatu thinking. I will ask you once more. When you say you are here to make vampires see the world differently, in what way are you distorting reality?
Well, I guess that's a control fallacy, right? I can't assume I'll be able to help other vampires the way I was helped.
Very good, Samuel. Control fallacies are hard to avoid when one feels strongly about something. Your fate is not to transform every vampire you ever meet, even those who are your clients. You will do what you can do, and that is enough. But I am eager to learn how you develop this desire to help our kin find a different way of thinking.
Well, like I told you when I first emailed you, I was a real nasty son of a bitch when I first became a vampire. When I look back and see what a no-account piece of shit I was, I ain't nothing but embarrassed. It all seems pretty stupid to me now. Here we are living forever and all we can do is kill? That's the dumbest thing I ever did here.
I am going to stop you for a moment. Stupid, no account piece of shit, nasty son of a bitch, dumbest thing.
Let me guess.
Do you hear the way you are talking about yourself?
Yeah, I do.
With respect, sir, I earned all them names. I killed women and children. Half the ghost towns out west are my doing. I didn't think of nobody but myself.
Pretend you are my therapist. If I sat here and called myself a no-account piece of shit, what would you tell me?
I would say you're being a labeler.
I'd say you were doing some labeling. And I guess I'd tell you to look at yourself a little more kindly.
Extend the same compassion to yourself then, Samuel. How are you to move on from being a nasty son of a bitch if you are labeling yourself? If you wish to be a guide to other vampires, you must start with compassion for them and for yourself. So, now that you've gotten all that horrible name-calling out of the way, please tell me, how did you find your sense of purpose?
Well, I was on the run, you see. The Wild West was ending and the Pinkertons were starting to get the better of my gang. I went into hiding and found a strange group of folks out in the country. They knew I was an outlaw right away, but they didn't judge me for it. They didn't even care that I was a vampire. They welcomed me like a friend, even shared their blood with me.
Oh, how nice.
They taught me how to appreciate the beauty of the night, and I started seeing things I'd never noticed before. They taught me my letters, philosophy, and how to question things instead of being scared of them. I think about them every day of my own life. They somehow freed themselves of all the judgments of the time and were better off for it.
These must have been the 19th century American transcendentalists, yes?
Yes, sir. I'm glad I died when I did, because their like just don't exist no more. Once my community died out, I started walking. That was something else they taught me how to do. There ain't nothing like having a walk and a think. I walked in nature for about 90 years and just took in all the grace and beauty of my country. I guess I was kind of selfish, though. I should have been helping other vampires the way the transcendentalists helped me.
Why?
Why waste 90 years walking when I should have been helping others? Seems pretty obvious to me. I could have done a lot of good in that time.
But your should turns that which you could find fulfilling into a duty. You create an extrinsic motivator. Should statements,
Oh God, I have a new
another
one.
cognitive distortion, something created by your own mind. Nature asks almost nothing of you. Even if your should comes from a place of good, it creates undue pressure. And what do we do once we are pressured? We resent the shoulds. We procrastinate. And as you know, we have a lot of time to procrastinate.
Okay, I don't enjoy being called out like this, but okay, I see your point.
You got that right. Why do today what you could do next century?
Exactly. Should statements remove the intrinsic joy from that which you find fulfilling?
Hold on, though. Ain't there some things we really should do?
Of course, there are things we must do, but nature herself tells us what they are. We invent the rest. Here, let me give you an exercise. Listen closely. See whether you can find the should statement that is a distortion. I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood.
Okay.
I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Okay. Okay.
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
Well, you should be wary of that.
Did you miss my should statement? Let's try again.
Okay, so
I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
what's the last one?
I should be wary of sexually transmitted diseases.
You should. You're gonna regret this if you don't. If you're not careful, you're gonna regret all of that. Oh, I don't
Did you
know.
miss my should statement? I should go to the vampire dentist. You know what they say. If you have bad fangs, you get bad blood. I should drink blood today. I should take my blood partner Crimson out on a date.
Is it this one?
Saying you should take Crimson out on a date is a should statement. You've turned something you want to do into something you have to do.
That's right, Samuel. You know, I couldn't be more pleased with you. Your time in nature was clearly well spent.
Well, thanks, I suppose. But if you don't mind my saying so, I hope you're treating that mortal lady right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please, ask her yourself. I imagine she would share her blood with you. You look like her type.
What? Really?
Hold on. I've only been in Europe for a couple of days. I ain't gonna go after my teacher's girlfriend.
She does what she wishes, and that is why I chose her as my blood partner. Samuel, even if it beats no longer, you have a good heart. I think you will be an excellent therapist.
Hey, thanks.
So far, that good heart of mine hasn't amounted to much, but I'm willing to give it my best shot.
You are uncomfortable with praise, aren't you, Samuel? Every time I say something positive, you find a way to negate it.
All right, I'm about to be called out again. I can sense it.
I just don't think I should be doing any bragging. I spent my first 50 years killing. I spent the next 90 walking in the woods. I've tried to walk a better path since then, but I ain't no saint, Auntie.
I did not say you were. Having met several so-called saints, I can attest that none of them were either.
Burn.
I understand your discomfort, Samuel. I, too, have done terrible things that I cannot erase. But is erasing the good I have done worthwhile?
Well, I guess when you put it like that, it sounds kind of silly.
It's another cognitive distortion,
Oh, I got another
one
one.
that mortal psychologists call disqualifying the positive.
Well,
I understand that the actions of your past are difficult to bear, but what we are here to do is accept reality, with both its positive and negative aspects. I am not saying that you should disqualify your negative actions, but merely note when you disqualify the positive ones. Let us try an exercise. See whether you can challenge me when I disqualify my positive deeds.
okay.
I am Andromochos, one of the most powerful vampires alive. Before I became the vampire I am now, I did exceptionally terrible things.
Okay.
I have defiled the innocent. I have killed countless people.
Okay.
The good I now do pales in comparison to the evil I have done.
This one.
That's the one. You're literally disqualifying the positive by comparing it to the evil stuff you done.
Well done, Samuel. I believe the recognition of this distortion
I got
will
an
serve you well
achievement,
when you start
yeah.
to see clients tomorrow.
Whoa, tomorrow? I only just started learning these here cognitive distortion things.
I will, of course, be with you. You needn't worry. I can sense your instincts and will help you.
Thank you, because I need all the help I can get.
But tomorrow, I just don't feel ready yet.
My friend, we are never truly ready. But if it would ease your concerns, we can practice with further examples. Would that be helpful to you?
A little bit. Yeah, I think I could use the help.
Yeah, I think I could use the help.
Very well, Samuel. Let's try some examples. I will give you a statement, and you find the cognitive distortion in it.
Okay.
I am far sexier than movie vampires. Therefore, I should be a movie star.
Nice. You should be a move because you're hot. I'm assuming like every statement he says is going to be one of these. But we know it's not that. We know it's not. Should statement. It's not a label. He's not labeling himself. He is just saying he is hot. Should be a movie star. This is being dramatic. I get confused with the control and Nosferatu thinking. These are the two I struggle with the most. So I'm gonna say, would it be a control thing? Would it be this one?
This should be an
Nope.
easy one, Samuel. The distortion I am displaying is right in the name. Try once more.
Is it?
I am far sexier than movie vampires.
Oh, I should.
Therefore, I
It says
should be a movie
should.
star.
Oh, fuck the should.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy one. That's a should statement right there. You're not insecure enough to be an actor anyway.
Excellent, Samuel. Would you like another exercise?
Yes, because fuck you.
If I cannot consume high-quality blood, I might as well drink blood from Florida.
From Florida. You're okay. You're being dramatic as fuck.
That's Nosferatu thinking, ain't it?
Correct, Samuel. That being said, I am sure there is still decent blood to drink in Florida, but I would bring a test kit anyway.
Florida. Get fucking roasted.
Would you like another exercise?
Yes, please.
I am an antediluvian old fart.
Okay.
Well, that sounds like labeling to me. You ain't just an old fart. Are you actually older than the flood, though?
Do I look that old?
Yes.
Oh, not at all. I was just...
I am joking, Samuel. Don't worry. The myth of the flood was at least 1,000 years before I was born. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah, give me one.
With my terrifying powers, I know I shall never be destroyed.
Okay, that's you being cocky. That's that. That's that cocky. With my terrifying powers, I know I shall never be destroyed. That's that cockiness going on. I want to say it's the Nosferatu thinking, but is it the controlling?
I think that's a control fallacy, unless you know something I don't.
That's correct, Samuel.
Oh, God,
Though my powers are indeed phenomenal, the universe holds mysteries and dangers I cannot fathom. Would you like another exercise?
Yeah, let's do one more. We'll do one more.
I may hold vast knowledge, but acquiring it was inevitable thanks to my immortality.
Oh, that one was this.
I know that one. That's disqualifying the positive for sure.
I knew you would catch that one. Would you like another exercise?
I want you to give me the two I struggle with. No, I'm fine.
I think I'm good.
All right, Samuel. You must be hungry now. I suggest you get the liter inside you. We have a big night tomorrow.
How much is a liter?
Just get enough to drink, Samuel. We will not be able to work if you are hungry or tired. Now, please excuse me. I do have a date with Crimson tonight. I suspect I shall not return until nearly morning.
Have fun.
Oh, yeah, of course. I hope you have a nice night out, Mr. Andy.
You as well, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Nice. I bet they're gonna have such a cute day, and it's gonna be so wholesome with fun bantering. If only I could see it.
Ah, Samuel, glad to see you are awake. Your first client is on his way.
Oh,
What, already? Look, Mr. Andy, sir, are you sure I'm ready for this? These are people's brains I'm messing with.
Fear not, my friend. You are a powerful vampire in your own right. To be so young and have so much empathy is quite a gift.
thank you.
All you need to do is listen, and I know the truth will reveal itself to you.
Shucks, wish I had your confidence.
Me too.
Well, to a limited extent, I can see the future. If you are about to misinterpret a client's distortions, I will set you back on the right path.
What? You can control time.
You can see the future.
It's not that impressive, really. You start to see the patterns after 1,000 years or so.
Oh, you know what you're doing? You're doing this.
Well, dang. If seeing the future ain't impressive, that's gotta be a distortion. Disqualifying the positive, it's gotta be.
You barely require my aid as it is.
No, that's not true. Please stay.
If you need guidance, I will provide it to you telepathically.
Thank God.
Don't think about it too much. When you are 3,000, such things will cease to impress you. Let us look at your first client's case file.
Hooray!
Dr. Drain, huh? You ain't got no first name?
Many vampires go by one name. Families and titles seem to become more abstract after a certain age.
So he's 430. He's male. He's English. He's a class of 1614 graduate, the Royal College of Physicians. He has been studying the nature of blood for the last several centuries. Became a vampire after a post-mortem blood transfusion experiment. Now runs a global pharmaceutical research company. Is now concerned that he has developed an addiction to a drug of his own creation. Dedicated, strong, irritability on the phone. Investigate drinking and sleeping habits.
Huh. So is it funny that he kept the title?
Indeed. You catch on quickly, despite your habit of disqualifying the positive. I will let you work now. I shall be meditating in my coffin, but I will sense when you need my help.
But
Samuel, I know you can handle this. Be yourself, and all will be well.
I don't know how to be myself. Oh.
Satan bless it all, I hate flying!
Up. Do you?
Hey there. God's blood, what on earth are you?
I'm a cowboy. Duh.
My name's Sam. I'm the new therapist. Make yourself comfortable, Dr. Drain. And American as well. Good God. It's not enough for you lot to take over the world of the living. Even the halls of the dead aren't safe from you.
Oh. Well, they're not wrong.
Oh well. I suppose your lot are all into this touchy-feely stuff, aren't you?
Not really.
And ignorance, even American ignorance, is bliss, I suppose. Oh, sweet ignorance, how I do wish I knew thee.
Me too.
Damn it, how am I gonna work with this fella? I gotta ask Andy.
Are you all right, Samuel?
Was I supposed to be clicking on shit the whole time he was talking?
You gave me this fella as my first client?
Why not? He is clearly hiding very little about his state of mind.
How am I supposed to help him when he already sees me as the bad guy?
Use your instincts, Samuel. Think about how you have felt in your darkest hours. What does this poor vampire want?
Maybe he wants a reality check, because he's kind of cuckoo right now.
I think he needs a dang reality check, charging at me like an undersexed bull.
What does that mean?
If you try to give an undersexed bull a reality check, that would not change the fact that it is undersexed. How did the transcendentalists approach you when you were a wilder man, Samuel?
Yeah, I get it. I'm sure this fella's come here with problems. I can't be surprised when they show up.
Does he want to complain?
I think he just wants to complain.
Perceptive, Samuel. He can hardly stop himself, can he?
So, what? I just let him complain?
Of course. Just give him a starting point to let it all out. It will make him feel better.
Well, if you say so.
Don't worry, Samuel. You are doing wonderfully. I will release your time now.
Well, are you just going to sit there? I was just gonna ask how your trip here was. My trip was bloody wonderful. Until my familiar got a flat tire and I had to fly 30 kilometers here as a bat.
Okay, so you have a familiar.
I hate being a bat and I hate flying. Do you know an owl tried to eat me?
Oh, an owl? Just bite it back.
Me, a creature that has lived for centuries, treated like common prey.
Just bite it back.
I'm surprised he was even interested. You should see what an ugly little beastie I am when I transform.
Do it again. Do it right now. Turn it into a bat.
All I could do was screech and squeak until he went away. Well, I suppose I'm alive, in a manner of speaking anyway.
Yeah, that's true. You are. You're here. The owl did not actually eat you.
You all right there, pal? Yes, I'm fine. Well, I'm not, of course. I wouldn't be here otherwise. But for the sake of conversational integrity, fine. I take it you've read my case file and know why I'm here?
Yes. I saw you have an addiction.
You're here for an addiction problem. Yes. Embarrassing, isn't it?
No.
What's to be embarrassed about? I remember when Ulysses S. Grant was president. Didn't seem to bother him. Oh, well, of course. How wonderful it is that I share the mental failings of people who only live a single lifetime.
Well?
Hey, come on now. There's a part of us that's still mortal. Can't help that, just like we can't help being dead. So I'm discovering. Look, I just need some tips and I'll be on my way. Just give me all the tricks. Whatever one does to make addictions go away.
Well, I'm sorry, friend. That's not how that works. We have to talk about your trauma and work through it.
Tips? Let me think.
Suggest a hug. You just need to hug people. That's it. Suggest a milder addiction. Suggest something tasty. Suggest a hug. Suggest there are no easy solutions. Honestly, I want to say that there is no easy solutions to an addiction. You have have to work through this. Yeah, I don't want to tell him, like, hey, replace your addiction with another addiction. I don't want to say, hey, go eat shit, because he's a vampire, so he'll just go on a murdering spree. He's gonna say, don't touch me if I suggest a hug. So I'll just say that, you know, there is no easy solutions. We have to work through this. Hopefully that's what Samuel says.
Partner, there ain't no tips that'll magically cure you, but I'm here to listen. You know, I never in my life thought anyone would ever call me partner. Like partner, but not with a T. And I know how you English love your tea.
Oh.
Thank goodness we can still process tea. We cannot live on blood alone. I appreciate the concern, though. I must admit, I rather saw myself above this whole addiction thing. I tell you what, let's not worry about being above or below anything. You're here now, so let's see what we can do. What exactly are you addicted to? It's a form of plasma, a catalytic compound of my own design, a necessary component of my own scientific goals. You're losing me. Well, let me try to make it simple. I have been able to replicate and even alter the molecular patterns that vampiric erythrocyte surface receptors receive. Our unique physiology gives us an increased ligand affinity, which is how we are able to process blood the way that we do. I can extend this receptivity and thus achieve my true goal: synthetic blood, freedom from the hunger that plagues us, and hope for all humanity.
Okay, you made fake blood.
Well, dang, that sounds pretty impressive, Doc. Well, it doesn't work without a vampiric catalyst, and that is the plasma I am addicted to. Pathetic, isn't it? I have spent 400 years trying to steal the secret of blood, only to be engulfed by it, like Prometheus walking into a fireplace. Pathetic? Doc, where the heck would you get a word like that? You've come up with a synthetic blood. Man, I can barely get my spurs on some mornings. Maybe you've had a setback or two, but give yourself a little credit, compadre.
Yeah.
Credit? For wasting 400 years? Practically speaking, I'm in the same place as I was back when King James was in power. Only now I have a drug problem. Perhaps I must face facts. My professor was right. Nothing we ever do will make a damned bit of difference.
That is not true.
Samuel, listen to him. Do you recognize his patterns of thought?
There's some distortions in there, ain't there?
I knew you would sense them. Invite him to talk more about this failure of his.
I'll do my best. Now hold on just a minute there, cowpoke. I've heard you talk a lot about failure. But it sure sounds to me like you ain't thinking clearly if you think you're a failure. I am a realist, that's all. Look at me. 400 years of study and still dabbling with leukocytes.
See, this to me sounds like you're taking this.
I don't know many people who would call working with leukocytes dabbling. I mean, I gotta admit, I have no earthly clue what you're talking about. So unless you made up all them science terms, I think you might be doing more than playing with a chemistry set. Perhaps, but if we consider all there is to know about blood, I know precious little. But you know something. Yes, I concede I might know something about blood. I would hope so after 400 years. You still got more knowledge about blood than most, whether it's been 4 years or 400 years, amigo. Let's get back to what you were saying, though. I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Okay, well, you're labeling yourself. Where's the labeling? They fucking switched it around on me. Oh, that's not right?
I wonder who told Dr. Drain that he needed to do so much.
Is that a hint?
I'm saying I am surely the oldest, most well-studied doctor in the world. I should have achieved more than this.
Oh, wait, he said I should.
Well, who said you should have achieved more? Isn't it obvious? I should have something to show for 400 years of work. And what happens if you don't? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, that's my point. That is not as encouraging as you think it is. Ain't meant to be encouraging, just showing you a little reality. Well, it's all my fault, really. I cannot seem to motivate my scientists to reach the necessary level of dedication. It's always shocking to me how little urgency mortals have around death.
I mean, yeah. Why would they want to do that? Would this be a controlling thing? Is this a controlling thing?
So it's all your fault that you haven't come up with the perfect synthetic blood. It can't be anyone else's fault. Only I have the skill, the knowledge, and the experience. Pardon me for saying so, Doc, but it sounds like what you're doing is pretty dang complicated. It sounds to me like you're some kind of god if you expect control over life itself. Please, I am a scientist, not a spiritualist. It is not control I seek, but understanding. And are you ever gonna have perfect understanding? No, of course not. I'm not a wizard. So how about not putting saving the world on one person, Doc? That is a simplification, but I take your point. As I was saying, now that I'm addicted to my own drug, I have joined the ranks of mortal celebrities in my utter irrelevance.
Okay. I mean... Well, that's not... Let's do... Oh, this one? This one?
That's a pretty dark read on things. You know, lots of folks get over their addictions.
That's true. A lot of people work through it. Hello, Ginger! Sam is giving True Blood vibes. A little bit. The way he talks and the references he uses, it does give True Blood vibes.
Yes, but not me. I'm trying to tell you that even if you are addicted, that ain't the end, hermano. You got a lot of life and opportunity left in you. If you can call this life. Now hold on there, that's what I call Nosferatu thinking, straight from the coffin. Life ain't all black and white, it's got its shades of gray too, you know. Oh, well played, cowpoke. Perhaps I am being a little dramatic.
You are being so dramatic.
Yes, I'm aware that in reality progress has been made, enough to get to this point. But I didn't come here to ask for a pat on the back and to be told I'm a good boy.
Oh, you totally came here to be called a good boy.
Ain't my department, but I hear they do some of that stuff downstairs.
They sure do.
Yes, we all know very well that the Continentals are more sexually liberated than we are. But as I say, I don't want all this therapy stuff. I just want to stop using this damn drug.
Well, you gotta go through therapy. Sorry, bruh.
So what's so good about this stuff anyway? Why do you like it? I'm not certain. I don't remember what happens after I take it, but I wake up feeling, how do I put this, alive. Well, that don't sound so bad. A good nap can make me feel like a new man. I'm not talking about feeling refreshed. I mean I feel alive.
Everything
As
is
if I'm
fixed.
someone else. Someone who lives.
Everything does get fixed being called a good boy or girl. If I could get Andy in here to call this man a good boy, he'd be fixed. He'd be out the door feeling like a brand new vampire. He'd be so happy.
And I wake up and find, oh gracious me, I am not depressed. You mean to tell me that you're going to sleep depressed every night? Oh, nothing of the sort. Oh well, I'm glad to hear that. You are assuming that I can simply go to sleep and my global scientific enterprise will run itself. Oh wait just a gosh darn minute, you're telling me you don't sleep? Yes, it's not as though we can get much deader already, and I have work to do.
You need to sleep, my dude.
So you're not sleeping, and you're always depressed. I think we're starting to get somewhere. Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
Well, that's not true. But, you can't control everything. You need to sleep, and if your empire falls, you know, then you need to rehire some therapists, or not therapists, scientists. Maybe get a different employee feel going on. Because it sounds like there are more people that are working for you other than you just working by yourself. I'm gonna do that one. That one was
Depression
wrong.
is the only sensible reaction. He makes the goths downstairs seem almost joyous in their perspectives, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Oh, don't be such a bumpkin. If you are a sapient individual, aware of the world around you, depression is the only sensible reaction. It has nothing to do with sleep.
So is he... Well, that's not a labeling thing. Depression isn't a labeling. But this one?
Come on now, it's a big world out there, and different things are depressing to different people. Everyone reacts to things differently. Ain't it true that a sensible person, as you call them, might even be a different degree of depressed? Very well, I suppose I might have been using a bit of mild hyperbole. Mild is putting it mildly, buckaroo. Buckaroo? Now I'm even more depressed.
Well, you don't like my cowboy phrases?
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard.
Well, it sounds like that's what exactly you came here for. You came here to boo-hoo cry about it. But that's okay. Let's do that. No, why did...
Dr. Drain is calling himself a whiner for being sad. If he is trying to bully himself into being happy, he has clearly met with minimal success.
So he's...
Regardless, I didn't come here to be a whiner. Oh, boo-hoo, life is hard. Yes, we all know it's hard. Now, why'd you say coming and talking to me makes you a whiner? Is that not what I currently am?
Yes.
Sounds to me like you're expressing yourself. Whiner is the word you used. Yeah, if you want to call it whining, that's up to you. But that's entirely your label. Oh, very well, call it moaning or whinging if you prefer.
Whinging?
Moaning, whinging, bellyaching, still all just labels. I don't believe I shall be using the term bellyaching in any case. But as I was saying, in the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
The fuck does that word mean? He feels free. Feels free. My, instinct is always to go to the control one, but then I'm like, nah, that's always wrong. It can't be that one. Maybe it's the other one. But in this... is what he feels free because he feels like he has not to control anything, right? Is that why he feels free? Because he's not just thinking about work all the time. He's not always thinking about his science duties. He's actually just blank-minded and just kind of enjoying the road ahead. I'm gonna do it again. Nope, I was wrong.
For once in his life, he experiences a positive in feeling and he immediately invalidates it. Perhaps we can simply diagnose him as English.
In the moments I wake up, I feel free. I suppose it must be what being an ignoramus feels like.
So is he doing this?
So you're telling me you feel good when you wake up, and then you call yourself an ignoramus? Before you even get a chance to reflect on feeling good, you're insulting yourself.
Oh, also, people in chat, you can gamble. Gambling's a thing. And you can do the, exclamation point gamble, put in points. You can do slot machines. I have that activated and it should work. So you guys can totally do that. Unless it's not gonna work. And Sharky's just gonna prove to me that my shit's still fucking broken even though I fixed it. Okay, hold on. Let me... Maybe it's because this isn't here. Maybe I need to have this up all the time. Could be because I don't have this logged in. Let me log into something real quick and... Because I swear I got it working. Okay, let's try this. Right? This is the one I want, right? Yeah, this should be the one I want. Right here. Skip, I don't care. This is it. This isn't right. Where's the... No, where's the... Where the heck is it? Barely saved it so that it would take me there and I wouldn't have to scramble around. Here we go. Okay, here it is. Oh, it worked? Okay, yay! I think I have to have a certain thing up the whole time. I think I need to have that up all the time. Let me go back to here. And let me go here. Get rid of that. Okay. Think we are good. Looks like it's... Looks like it's kind of working. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I have that set to just one. Oh, wait. I forgot I could do a thing. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Let me do this. Alright, I just gave everyone watching 1,000 points. So that way you can play around. I'm Nikki. Oh. Let me put my clothes back on. Don't look at me. I'm also sleeping. Sorry. I needed a little nap. Oh, what did you say? What did it think you said? I'm curious what you put in there. And if I need to tell it that it's fine, don't worry about it. Here, I'm just gonna turn that off. I'm sure what you said wasn't that bad. Let's continue.
That's what I like to call disqualifying the positive.
You said the word for a female dog. It's okay, I turned it off, so maybe it won't yell at you anymore. You should... No, you're a bad girl.
I'm simply stating facts. Stating facts shouldn't impede an argument.
I would love if you showed me some naughty.
What good is that fact doing anyone? It's about as useful as an empty holster.
Don't threaten me with a good time now.
Lest I somehow forget that you were a cowboy. About this drug, though. Oh, very well. I suppose I might be discounting my experience. I don't know how to say this, amigo. You really don't like letting yourself be happy.
A pinky promise, you say?
Honestly, I'm failing to see the problem with taking this stuff. Seems like it's making you get the rest you need and it makes you feel good. What's the problem? First of all, I do not need to rest. And partaking of this plasma does have downsides.
Like what?
What kind of downsides?
Alright, when are we planning a next girls' night? We need this ASAP.
I do not know what happens when I partake of the substance. However, when I wake up, I feel refreshed. But I also smell of blood and sex.
Alright, so you're blacking out, you're fucking, and then you're taking a good nap. What's the problem?
Once I even woke up wearing a football jersey. It was most distasteful. I guess you must be having some kind of good time. That is not my idea of a good time.
I don't know, man.
I'm Dr. Drain. I am intelligent and worldly, not some ill-bred monster.
Uh-huh.
I don't go gallivanting into godforsaken places to engage in depraved coitus and the consumption of dirty blood. It sounds to me like you're real good at denying yourself things. Well, I should be better at it.
Ooh, he said should.
You know, Doc, a wise old vampire recently told me something I'm about to tell you. You keep talking about the things you should be doing. You, compadre, are shoulding all over yourself. Oh, well, that is vivid, isn't it? I can now add incontinence to my already considerable list of faults. I'm being serious. I'm listening to you tell me I should be doing this, and I shouldn't be doing that. But who gave you all them shoulds and shouldn'ts? I don't know. It shouldn't matter, should it? I've been dead for over 400 years. It's the oldest stuff that sticks with us, amigo. We all got traumas.
Facts.
Heck, we're dead, man. That's traumatic no matter what. What we gotta start with is you. You've been through a lot. Don't rope yourself up so tight. Listen, we're doing good work already, I know it. Now, let's not push too hard. I would really like you to think about where all them shoulds are coming from before we meet again. And be good to yourself, all right, partner? Don't feel like you gotta go cold turkey on that plasma stuff. Yes, well, all the same, I'd rather not do it at all. Is that actually gonna happen, though? It might. You're dipping into it tonight, aren't you? I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, partner. Just give yourself a little compassion. That's all I'm asking. I'll admit, you've given me some things to think about. Not pleasant ones, mind. You can handle it, partner. You're way smarter than I am. Yes, well, that is certainly true. Very well. I shall do some reflecting, inasmuch as our kind can reflect. I shall see you in precisely 4 weeks, then. Farewell, Sam.
Farewell, Doctor.
Masterfully done, Samuel. I knew you would do well, but that doesn't make me any less pleased.
You shouldn't be pleased. You had to help me so much.
Well, that was a hell of a rush. That fella's holding on tighter than a holster to a gunslinger's hip. It felt real good to help him look at himself a little more kindly.
Good, Samuel. Treasure this feeling. But also rest. Go downstairs, get something to drink, relax in your coffin.
Hey, thanks.
Next week you shall see a new client. I think they will be an interesting challenge for you. I bid you good evening, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to you as well, Andy.
You too, Andy. Well, I guess it's time I got me some grub.
Ooh, what kind of grub am I going after? Ooh, yeah.
Well, that's it, I guess. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. Sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson.
Hello, my girl Crimson.
Well, if it isn't Yosemite Sam. How you doing tonight, partner?
I'm doing great.
Better already, hearing from someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any states, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
Yeah.
I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more, polished than I do.
You should hear my German.
Oh, please.
Oh, maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. I had my first therapy session with a real client.
Oh, yeah? How do you think it went?
I think it went so good.
I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling, blam, disqualifying the positive, kapow.
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
Yeah.
You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in their ways.
At 70? I don't know about that. Gotta think a little younger.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
Oh no. Don't fall for the trap. Don't do it. I could say she's 25, but would she be insulted because then I would be saying she's not that smart? Or do I say she's 30? And then her be like, yeah, all right, that's fair age. And I say 35, and then she's like, wow, I'm not a mummy yet. Like, chill your bricks, homeboy. Or do I just don't fall for the trap? I could just not fall for the trap. However, I do feel like Samuel here would 100% fall for the trap because he's not the brightest bulb. So I do think he would say something and be like, oh, I'll think you're this age. And then she'd be like, this cowboy man, I swear. I'm going to say that she is 30?
You're somewhere around 30, right?
Close, but very far away.
Really?
I'm 50 years young.
Whoa, okay, girlfriend, you do not look 50.
50? I died around that age and I looked like shit. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner. He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Oh, I know what this is.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
But you ain't joining our team? Sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night. Andy told me to give this to you.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Oh, wow, thanks.
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Oh my gosh. They don't like American blood.
Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask though, what does Andy's blood taste like?
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
From Missouri.
Oh, of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson.
Bye, Crimson. Yeah, yeah, ooh, yeah. Oh, it's
There
therapy
he is, my
time.
incredible protege.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
No, we don't. I'm sorry, Daddy Andy. I won't say it again.
All right, I get it. I guess I've been muddling through okay.
You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for the handshake.
Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult. Here, look at her intake form.
Isabella Deste. Dang, she's got some funny tasting hats.
Funny, I bet you anything that's gonna look so cool. You know a handshake. Isabella was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leonardo da Vinci. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. Comes from high artist background, but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. Oh, my mouse got in the way. She states that she is undergoing immortal crisis, suggesting that her life and unlife have both been meaningless. Suggestions: be exceedingly polite. Okay, be nice to her.
I think you should get along quite well then.
Whoa. I'm not, being nice is hard.
Walked right into that one.
Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe.
It does sound like a good handshake would really knock Isabella back into it.
She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say that she was the model for the Mona Lisa.
Right, well, that's her first problem. She was hanging out with popes.
One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me much.
She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her.
If you say so.
I can't wait to meet this fancy bitch.
Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone.
Thanks, Andy.
But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite.
I will do my best.
Goodness.
Oh.
So you are the new therapist Andromachos told me of. I was not expecting someone so rugged.
Oh, she's gonna be a judgy bitch.
Sam Walls at your service, ma'am.
You are a therapist.
I sure am.
Well, that's what I'm here for, ma'am.
Enough with this, ma'am. I am not running a whorehouse. You may
Oh.
call me Senora.
Okay. I want you all to think about this the next time you tell someone ma'am. The next time you call someone ma'am, you are suggesting they're running a whorehouse, and how fucking dare you? Shit. He doesn't know how to pronounce this. Hey! You bet your sweet ass I'm running a whorehouse. Oh, shit. I can say Sinora.
All right, Sinora.
Nora? Must you assault my ears with your Neolithic grunting?
I'm doing the best I can.
I'm just a cowboy. What do you expect?
Then speak properly. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Signora. Say it.
Signora.
Signora. Signora.
Signora?
Porca miseria. This is not going to be easy, is it?
No, I'm just a cowboy.
Therapy ain't never easy, Signora.
So, therapy is always easy then?
I said it ain't never easy, Signora.
Is therapy easy or is it not?
Not, I guess.
Oh, how are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical?
Take a chill pill, my girl.
You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Signora. I am most honored to receive you in my humble office.
Damn, I'm mocking her now.
Very well. I suppose it will do.
She's good with it?
I'm just here to help, Signora. It says here on your intake forms that you've been having a tough time lately.
A tough time? Indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time.
Why do they all have this, like, realization and issue when it's been 400 years?
So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse?
It's like for vampires, is 400 years like the midlife crisis that they go into?
I saw a film at the cinema.
Hey, I love the cinema.
Bond with her over movies, bond with her over actors, bond with her over Hollywood glamour. I feel like I should bond with her over actors themselves because she was really into art. The artists, all of that. I feel like she's going to be more into the how the actors play the movie.
Hot dang, them actors can really light up the screen sometimes.
Gotta get the Corvette at 400 years. She would hate Hollywood. I agree, Ginger. She really would.
I'll admit, I'm pretty into the celebrity gossip scene. Who's hooking up with who? Who's making waves? I can't get enough of it.
A foolish obsession. One must appreciate
Well, that's
art,
not-
not the artist. If
Oh.
common mortals knew what Caravaggio had done in his free time, they would burn every one of his paintings.
Oh. Well. I guess she has a point. It's kind of like some of the music industry.
They'd have to know who Caravaggio is first.
Oh? Do you know who Caravaggio is?
Maybe let's get back to talking about what it was you saw at the cinema.
It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later.
This was 5 years ago.
Well, movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
This film was not powerful, it was meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind.
Do you think she saw Mario Brothers?
I hate this film with all my being, for it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
You think it was 50 Shades she saw? I don't know, man. You gotta be careful. Rex might argue with you there.
Dang, what the heck was this movie?
Space Wars. Rise of the Spacewalker.
She saw Star Wars. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Wait a minute. Space Wars, the big science fiction franchise?
Oh my god.
Yes, I believe it is important to understand modern media diets.
But that's the movie that gave you your personal crisis?
Oh, Star Wars gave you a crisis?
Mind your tone. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art. But the money it made, it would make even the Pope blush.
You know why he'd be blushing? Side eye.
This stinking trash. This is what the people want. You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead.
Alright, fucking dramatic bitch. Calm down. You are going through a midlife crisis because you watch Star Wars. You are trying to sit here and say art is meaningless because you fucking watched Star Wars. You need to relax. Oh, that's not right.
For such a complicated woman, the answers are overly simple for Signora Deste, are they not, Samuel?
I don't fucking know.
You see, I understand.
She's being a dramatic
now.
bitch.
My attempts to infuse art with meaning were
Is she
pointless.
doing
all that I am,
the positive
all that
shit?
I ever was, is dead.
Is she
You
overthinking?
don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing.
Yeah, you look pretty alive.
It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground.
I think you might get pretty bored.
Are you getting smart with me, boy?
Yes, absolutely.
Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all you are is dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You're here. But let's go back to what you were saying.
Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
Because you can't get with the times, nerd. Goddamn. You can't do it. Once I have elevated art and all the world benefited, why have I lost the power to do it now? Oh, I always want to say control.
All the world benefited?
Fuck yeah, I got
There's
one right.
a lot of people, and they got a lot of different preferences. You can't get them all, can you?
I will. Oh, I was gonna allow that. What, me? You talking about me? You talking about me right now?
But I could, once upon a time.
You can't reach everybody, Signora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911.
Oof. I feel like that's gonna piss her off.
Did you have any schooling whatsoever?
No, I'm from Missouri.
No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either.
Oh, how wonderful. You add to my despair.
I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time.
That is true. I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called great masters.
We only know what we know. But you were saying.
Continue on.
It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters? It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth. But it seems I am just a dead woman. A walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun.
All right. Whoa there, girlfriend. You are just so dramatic. Is it because you just don't have that control and all that power and all those people following you like you did back when you were alive? I know I gotta be nice. It's so hard. It is so hard to be nice to this woman. Like, okay, you want to walk in the sun? Okay, then do it then. Do it. You're throwing a bitch fit because you watch Star Wars. Okay, let's say, oh god. Not worth listening to. I should just walk in the sun. This one? No.
The Lady Deste certainly does not use kind terms to describe herself, does she?
Oh, she's labeling.
But it seems I am just a...
Now why have you
She's
gotta go and call
labeling.
yourself names?
She called herself a dead woman?
They are not names, they are my reality. I am a dead woman, and I am a corpse, am I not?
I mean, she's not wrong.
Is that all you are?
Yes.
This is how I am defined by the world.
That is not true because the world doesn't know about you.
Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse.
As you should be. Allow me to continue.
Just a sec, Senora. You're a smart lady, but you've been saying some stuff that just ain't true. Let's go over what you just said.
You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead. Once, I elevated art, and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now? It was all for nothing. What good was guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Well, you know, in the modern times, there are breweries left and right. I mean, and if they're putting Mona Lisa pictures on beer coasters, then you're reaching a different audience and they're gonna learn about said art. However, let's maybe, I don't know, is she like disqualifying the positives? Has she even mentioned any positives? I feel like she's just been complaining about how dumb everybody is. Let's say you are. What good was let's do this
Come
one.
on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster doesn't mean that's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world.
The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities.
So just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it?
Yes, that is exactly what it does.
Okay, girlfriend.
And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive.
It should not be so. Art should have meaning, purpose. Beauty should expose truth.
I mean, it's not that black and white, girlfriend. Ah,
For 3,000 years, I have been told what things must be, and every single time, those ideals have been proven wrong.
oh wait, is this the?
It should not be
Oh, she
so.
said should.
You're saying art should have meaning and purpose, but does all art need those things?
What is the purpose of creation otherwise?
How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw?
It is a pointless reason.
Doodling.
Well, maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is that I don't have the same shoulds you do.
Perhaps you should.
Whoa.
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
Which is speak like a peasant.
Wow. Okay.
Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying.
He's like, yep, I'm a peasant.
You know, you make me sound rather mad.
You are.
Like an old woman railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose.
Is she railing at the world, guys? Do you think she's railing?
Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again.
I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
What happened when you were 16?
I got married.
Oh, that sucks.
I think I get it.
You absolutely do not get it. You are a man.
Ooh, facts. Okay, she's spewing facts now.
Well then, help me understand.
Frankie, my husband, he taught me the meaning of disappointment.
Ooh.
He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values. Truth, beauty, the spiritual. They were all fiction.
Ooh, okay. Say more.
But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all.
Frankie has small PP energy, therefore was not good at the handshake.
Yet, what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims.
So, what's this greater aim you're talking about?
I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. This world is not Eden, but it could be. Or so I thought.
So you're talking about a literal pathway to God?
No.
No, fool. A pathway to godliness. To live according to our natures. Our true natures.
How ironic that you are a vampire. You mean being nudist? Oh my god. Are you a nudist?
You mean being vampires?
Come now, boy. Nothing could be further from natural. All this foolish hissing and copulation and blood drinking does not bring us closer to God. But it does give us more time to find the path.
Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path?
I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
No, that sounds boring. I don't like that. That's boring. I reckon nothing. I have always known we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential. Is that this?
So what happens if we don't become the greatest souls possible?
Then godliness is denied to us, as it should be.
Girlfriend, you're a vampire. You really think you're gonna be welcomed in?
So either we ascend or we're nothing, huh?
I am glad to hear you are not as foolish as you look.
Oh, let's be honest, senor. Plain folks like me ain't got aspirations of being as good as Jesus Christ. Ain't he supposed to be a forgiving sort anyway? Let's just get back to what you were saying.
I have always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
Why, though?
You've been around a while, senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts?
Yeah. Have you seen this happen throughout your years?
Not a single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
Ooh.
All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right?
Yeah.
Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that?
Ooh.
An evil thought, Mr. Sam Walls, but true, I concede.
We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's gonna change because of you. Let's keep going.
I have always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting, and only war and death can come of them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what you would see from the time period that you were born into. That makes sense. God, is this still the control thing?
Hold
No.
up just a sec there, cowpoke. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction?
Yes.
I do not poke cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see what? 15, 20 billion people live and die?
Oh, yeah.
You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to?
Well, perhaps
That's a lot
not
of people.
individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history.
Well, most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue.
I have always known the people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
Girl. That is so judgmental. Fat and lazy, living in the garden. Impossible in such a state. That's so... no.
Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others, isn't she? Perhaps you can call her out on this behavior.
Why is she
I
labeling?
have always known the people have...
Labeling?
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of the Garden of Eden.
She's being judgy.
Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy?
Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features.
What? There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Would you let me into the Garden of Eden?
It's not about your appearance.
Well, sure, why the heck not?
I am glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
Oh,
You rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, Senora, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Well, let's keep talking, though.
I have always known we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more.
okay, but what's dignity to you? What is acting dignified to you? Oh. She surely has always known a lot of different things. A lot. A lot.
Who told our dear Senora all these things?
I have always known we should...
Should.
I think this here's the meat of it, Senora. The filet mignon.
I just got hyper focused on her always being like, I have always known.
I fear your French is even worse than your Italian.
Here's the thing, Senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God?
Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero, Aquinas.
Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. They really had it all figured out way back when, huh?
Sounds like a bunch of men.
Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me?
Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. But let's keep going.
So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy? That by pointing out my distortions, you have won?
Yeah.
That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all my life.
Then what's your problem?
Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reach the end, we would discover that he, too, was a work of fiction. When I say God, I mean goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie.
Ooh.
I see. So you've lost your faith.
Yes, it has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old
Oh my
body.
god.
Beauty and truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. While we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals, they create space wars to leech our money and our vitality. And to think they call me judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against.
Well, you are a little judgmental, but I am not judging you.
You don't think I'm judgmental, do you, boy?
Whoa. No. No.
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I think I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself. I know you got raised with all them high ideals, So of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure, not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are going to be.
This is not acceptable.
And why? And why is this not acceptable? Is it because, I'm right and you are incorrect and you are realizing that? You're coming to a realization here? Why is this not acceptable? Why?
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is.
But the world is base and unworthy.
Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. The world's a lot more than just base and unworthy.
Nosferatu thinking. I am not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me.
I can tell.
Well, that's why you're here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives.
I suppose there is a certain simpleton's wisdom in the way you speak.
Hey, thanks. Wow, she complimented me.
Thanks, I guess.
Very well, boy. I will consider what you have said. We will meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, Senora.
Yes, indeed, Senora.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
Well, I'll try.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Senora Deste quite well.
Thanks.
You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts.
She sure does.
Samuel, if Isabella Deste hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so.
I can see that too.
That I believe.
The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel Walls.
Me!
Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Senora called it.
Do not adopt her labels, Samuel. I will not stand for it. I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it as I knew you would.
Thanks, Andy.
I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
Oh, you always want me to drink. What do you do to me when I go to sleep?
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then.
Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to you too, Andy. Am I actually gonna drink? Am I gonna go talk to Crimson? Am I gonna skip to the next one?
Dang, I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Yeah.
Hey, cowboy. Why the long face?
Hi, Crimson. I had to deal with a Renaissance lady. She was mean to me. She was bullying me a lot.
I used to say the same thing to my princess.
Your daughter.
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her.
You didn't answer my question, gunslinger. What's got you down?
Well, I like to avoid these questions.
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
You're a lawyer?
Was, and no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire jokes. Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
Well, that's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I've got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? Think she heard you?
Well, she did say she was going to kind of listen to what I was saying, so I think she heard me.
Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about. And to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the W, cowboy.
Take the W? What, the wagon?
The win, Gramps. Maybe she isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Can you imagine if Sam had to understand Gen Z terms? He would be so confused.
Oh, you're probably right. I guess I'll take the W. And while you're at it, I'll take some B2. That's blood, see?
What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? Something a little more off the beaten path?
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What have you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years, and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bert?
What, that old pointy-eared teddy bear? He's a total sweetheart, unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
Ooh.
What does he do then?
He throws them out.
They get a stern warning.
Very stern.
And if they don't listen?
Why, then he eats them.
As he should.
Maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure he would have done the same thing. Speaking of which, I got to thirst something fierce. I think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest. But you have a good night, Crimson.
Bye, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Ha 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 ha.
Time to crack
Shut
open
the
a warm one.
fuck up.
That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll help give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch.
Yeah, that one.
Or I could just go to sleep. What's it gonna be, Sammy boy?
I mean, you should probably educate yourself a little bit more. Let's read.
My profession is to be always on the alert, to find God in nature, to know his lurking places. I always like that quote. I ain't a God-fearing kind, but it's true. There's a natural beauty behind the man-made world if you know where to look. Isabella D'Este's all culture and breeding, but underneath, she's got her vulnerable and beautiful humanity too. I just gotta remember that. All right, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier.
You know they're not gonna. They're gonna be so much harder, and then they're gonna be even more harder, and they're just gonna keep escalating. Because we vampires have trauma.
Samuel, good evening. I am glad to see you looking so fresh and well slept.
Thanks.
Uh-oh, something tells me I'm in for it tonight.
The truth is seldom unseen by you, my friend. Tonight, you face perhaps one of the most difficult challenges a therapist can face. The fact that you may not be able to help everyone.
Oh, so you're setting me up for failure? Is that what I'm being told right now?
In truth, I have failed to help clients with this particular disposition many times.
Hey, I'm new at this. You're nigh on 3,000 years old. If you can't help them, how can I?
It is not guaranteed that we can help every client. To think we are powerless to help any is a cognitive distortion itself. I believe you know it.
Do I? Because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of spaced out in the middle of your conversation. So do I? Why do you have this faith in me? Isn't it the control one?
Yeah, all right, control fallacy, I know. I can help some folk.
That's right. Here, take a look at this case file.
Theater feller, huh? I've known a few of
He
them in my
looks-
time. They can be a little, self-absorbed.
Fancy. He is 237. He's British. He was highly influenced by Shakespeare's stage actor. He is credited with more personal interpretations of characters, performances. He lived a life on stage dealing with alcoholism, sex scandals, and entitled behavior. He wishes to return to the stage, but expresses great anger at critics who might review him poorly. He demands respect as the greatest actor the world has ever seen.
He's looking for therapy because people don't like him, it says?
He is one of the most revered actors in all of history.
So he might have a few cognitive distortions.
A few. He may not recognize them, Samuel, but all you can do is present reality to him. He comes. Remember, I will give you whatever advice I can. Good luck, my friend.
I hope I'm up to this.
Welcome.
What is this vampire I see before me?
I'm Sam.
I'm Sam Walls. I'm your new therapist.
your dress, your bearing, your hat. You also are forgotten by time.
I'm a cowboy.
Oh, how fortuitous! A kindred spirit, perhaps. A therapist should know pain, I say. Most excellent.
Tarnation. Can't get a break with this here hat of mine.
No, it's perfect. Do not change a single thing. It gives me faith.
Okay, I probably won't.
Faith, my dear vampire, that you can help me.
I'm gonna do everything I can. I promise you that, amigo.
Do not do so lightly. Darkness dwells within my damned soul. You journey into my pain at your peril, and I cannot be your Virgil.
I love how dramatic he is.
You're who now? Anyway, you wrote in your intake form that you're here because
mortals don't appreciate you.
mortals don't appreciate you, you said.
Indeed, and I fear they cannot. They must die to appreciate life. As mortals, they cannot ask the immortal questions. What is life for us who do not live? Why are we here? Why do we continue? What do we do when death has no meaning? And what a piece of work is vampire! How noble in stature, how infinite in life!
Should I indulge him or should I cut him off? Because he's being very, theatrical right now. Which I guess they said I need to show him reality, but I don't really want to cut him off because that would just piss off anybody. Who likes being cut off? Let's let him go.
In form and moving, how express and admirable. In action, how like a demon. In apprehension, how like a bat. Ah, the beauty of the night!
Let's let him keep going.
And yet, to me, we are but the quintessence of dust.
Yeah, no, let's keep going.
Dust
Keep talking.
upon dust. Already that whence we came.
Well, that was a lot.
Hey, I got an achievement for that.
You understand, don't you? Death has no meaning, because life never had meaning. To die, perchance to sleep.
All right, that's enough of that. Before we answer the question of why we're all here, why are you here? Well, that is, what exactly drove you to me, partner?
Oh, that. Well, a pustule of a theatre historian I recently seduced and killed sprang the seeds of doubt in mine corpus. He was writing a biography of the great Edmund Kean, and I thought mayhap that I would favor him with a secret or two. He said my acting style would now be considered archaic. Though I drank him to the last, I fear his cruel barb was sharper than my fangs. This embossed carbuncle of corrupted blood caused me to doubt myself. Are all men such fools? Will I ever find my audience again? Or did they die long, long ago? Help me purge these mortal concerns from my mind, dear man.
We're always gonna have doubts, compadre. That's normal. But I think I can help you see things a little differently. So, he said your acting's out of date. Why don't you just tell me why it bothered you so much?
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a little. You're just being a little bit cocky here. Which is, it's just not a thing. What was the cocky one? Is it the control, or is it the Nosferatu thinking? Or because he thinks he's great? He thinks he's great. I think it's this.
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting became a noble craft because of you?
Untrue.
That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so lives mine art, and this gives life to thee.
Well, those are some pretty words. You make that up yourself?
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with the development of your craft then. It ain't been just you.
Well, naturally. But Shakespeare's works are simply words upon a page without me.
Compadre, I think you know he gave you a leg up in your career. You can share in the success a little.
Yes, you can. Give credit to people that deserve it.
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
Well, no. I mean, you probably inspired it. Probably inspired people. What is this one? Is this also the cocky one? No, I clicked the wrong
This is a
one.
special client. Remember that his distortions can be about...
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these times, yes. But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
Oh, fuck.
This is a special
Okay,
client.
okay.
There are celebrated actors in
Oh,
these
fuck.
This is a special client. Remember that his...
Shut up, shut up.
There are
Shush.
but the actors of modern times. They are shallow, beggarly parrots. Parrots who screech the lines, but do they know them? Do they feel as we feel?
So you're saying modern actors are parrots?
Indeed, they are only mimics, and thus no better than a well-trained bird.
You don't think they're actually birds, do you?
My dear boy, they live such short lives. What else can they do but hate the words and actions of their forebears?
But when you call them birds, you're just labeling them that. You ain't giving them a fair shot.
Oh, come now. I was clearly employing a little dramatic license.
Sure you were.
But we're here to talk about truth, all right, compadre?
It is my gentle direction that takes the craft to higher echelons, and mine alone. Acting does not evolve without me.
He is very full of himself. Yeah.
You're saying only you can change the course of acting?
It is demonstrably true. There is acting before Edmund Kean, and there is acting after Edmund Kean.
But there's so many types of acting out there. I mean, I remember when vaudeville came out, but I don't think you had anything to do with that.
Vaudeville?
Oh.
Like so many American arts, an art of the grotesque. You plunge a dagger into the heart of subtlety.
So you didn't have nothing to do with vaudeville?
Oh, devils below, no.
Well, then you got a little control fallacy, hombre. Mortals got wills of their own.
Indeed. I suppose I don't want any responsibility for the things the Americans create anyway.
I mean, that's, yeah, okay.
These critics should honor me, as is my due.
Oh. Should.
You're saying critics should honor you. Well, what happens if they don't?
You get angry and he kills him.
Then they are not doing their jobs properly. I do not ask for their laudations without cause. But if a so-called critic does not recognize my contributions to the theater, what do they know of the theater?
Maybe they just got different tastes.
You know, now that we're talking about theater, I've never seen a play. I've never seen like a Broadway show or a fun play. I would like to, but I just haven't. Maybe in the future.
Uneducated taste, perhaps.
If they are just uneducated, why should they appreciate you?
An interesting point. I suppose I cannot blame them.
All right, friend, let's start that again from the top. I think we got a lot to unpack.
Because it's simply not possible. Acting became a noble craft entirely because of me. In truth, I am perfect.
Mouth sounds. All the mouth sounds. Oh, that's right, I skipped this one because I didn't know. I'm pretty sure I selected everything but this one.
Edmund states that he is perfect. Even
Oh,
in
he's
the most...
labeling.
Because it's
Labeling?
simply not
No.
possible.
Edmund states that
shit.
he is perfect.
Oh,
Even in the most...
Because it's simply not possible.
Hold on a sec there, partner. Acting
Sorry, I
became
got
a noble
excited.
craft because of you? That's a lot of control over a whole skill.
Yes, impressive, isn't it? So long as men can breathe or eyes can see.
Now, those are some pretty words. You
Yeah,
make
I've
that
done
up
this
yourself?
already.
It is the bard himself, boor.
Well, maybe he had something to do with
Well, naturally.
compadre. I think you know he...
Oh, there are celebrated actors in these
Because I
times,
didn't
yes.
get it all.
But any success they have is due to my beating the path for them to follow.
I have a memory like a fucking goldfish, so I don't remember what I originally said. Success.
Oh, wait a minute. You're saying that every actor's success comes straight from you?
Of course. Even the greatest among my art would have been consigned to obscurity had it not been for my advancements.
Every single one of them ain't had nothing of their own to give to the theater?
Well, I suppose one or two actors in the last 300 years have impressed me.
Well, don't you think they deserve their own success?
I suppose mortals are owed their 15 minutes of fame. One must have some pity for them. We are not monsters. Thou fiend! You are cruel indeed to beat a man when he is at his most vulnerable. I am here so you may help me cope with a world that has gone mad, not so you might attack my every word.
I'm doing no such thing. All I'm doing is pointing out your reality. If we're gonna cope, we gotta be honest about the world.
And I say that you are a villain. I come to you in desperate need, and you respond by mocking my desperation. Why would you do this to me? Do you not know what pain I am experiencing? Do you not know that I, as an actor, feel every sling and arrow more keenly? Art thou a therapist or a murderer that you would push me so to the brink? Do you want me to commit suicide?
Oh, that's very dramatic.
I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hurt you. I want to help everyone who comes to me.
Samuel, a moment, please.
Whoa, don't let him get to you.
Andy, I got a real problem here. I think I'm not cut out for this work. This fella's right. Why am I attacking him when I should?
First of all, should statement. You will do what you will do, and that is all, Samuel. But look at the candles. What do you see?
The candles. Oh, they seem fine to me.
Look at the flames.
I'm looking.
Wait a minute. They're getting higher, ain't they? What the hell's going on?
Your client is very powerful. He has his own unique skills earned through the ages. His skill in gaslighting is so intense that it affects the world around him.
He's an expert gaslighter. Damn.
He is altering reality to fit his distortions. Be watchful, Samuel. Do not let him.
How do I stop it?
Be persistent, and above all, be honest. He does not control your reality.
I await your apology, sir.
No. I wasn't trying to rally up, none. I don't have anything to apologize for. Easy, boy. Easy. I'm gonna say I don't have anything to apologize for.
I don't have anything to apologize for. All I did was point out some truths in the things you were saying. Now, if that makes you angry, fella, I don't know what to tell you.
You wound me, but I am strong. I persist. I fight. I know my worth, sir. I have fought and died for my art. I shall take my business elsewhere, and Vampire Society shall hear of your quackery.
Stop him, Samuel. It is not anger, but fear that drives him. Show him he has nothing to fear from you.
Okie dokie. Easy, boy. Easy.
Now, I wasn't trying to rile you up none.
Yet I bared my undead soul to you, and you treated me like a pincushion with your sharp pricks.
Pricks ain't got nothing to do with this, Edmund.
And now you seek to proposition me? Of course, it always goes like this. To you I am a void, nay, a whore, to use as you please. Well, you are all alike, I say. Go on then, use me!
You are losing him, Samuel. It is time to remember what makes you special. You are not just a therapist, and you are not just a vampire. He is afraid, but you will conquer his fear.
You already know how. I don't know why his voice cut it out. Easy, boy.
Easy, boy, easy.
Yeah, put my cowboy powers on ya.
I shall not go easy, I shall not!
Ain't nobody gonna hurt you. There's a good vampire.
I like petting his nose, and I'm just like, good vampire, good.
A good vampire? What on hell?
You're safe now. Ain't nobody here to hurt you or make you feel bad.
But
I'm your buddy. That's us. We're just buddies, ain't we?
Buddies? Yes. A friend. A friend.
I did. I called him a good boy, and now he's flustered.
A friend who wishes to help me.
You feeling better there, compadre?
I must confess that I am, though I scarcely understand how.
Oh, hey, the fire calmed down.
Hey, well, that's just great. I want this to be a comfortable place for you.
Yes. Yes, I do believe you. After all, your profession is in many ways similar to acting. It is no wonder that we find common ground.
How is therapy like acting?
It is the exploration of the soul, is it not? A journey into pain and truth. We see those pains and truths and reflect them onto the cruel world.
I ain't sure I quite see it like that, but it's true that reflecting is important. Kind of funny when we can't look in a mirror, huh?
One of death's cruel ironies. Thus must we see our reflections in the mortal audience instead.
You care a lot about what the mortals think about you.
Of course I do. Why should I give a fig about what we dusty old folk think, eh? Most of us are stuck in our relative pasts, if you'll pardon the offense.
But all them folks die. You're what, 300 years old?
Don't remind me. Yes, they die, but I cannot. I must not. If I do not exist in their hearts, there is only the purgatory of oblivion.
Is that?
You cannot, you must not. You're talking like there's only one future.
There are multiple things you can do.
For me, there is only one future, save oblivion.
Come on now, that's a little extreme.
'Tis not so. What else have I but the stage?
Well, that's a fine question. I'll tell you what, though, compadre, you are more than the stage. What if theater just didn't exist?
Perish the thought. Perish it with all due enmity. Unlike some vampires, I am not some blood-guzzling parasite who will idly sit and wait as the world turns.
Is that labeling?
You calling most of our kind parasites?
That's pretty rude.
I am, for that is what we are, if we are nothing else.
All right, let's just forget the part where you're insulting other vampires, myself included. If you say that you're a parasite if you don't do something, you're gonna be scared as hell of not doing that thing.
As an immortal, I aim for loftier goals.
Can you hit those goals if you're busy being afraid of turning into a parasite?
Ah, but your humble speech does belie the true wisdom beneath. I am indeed cruel to myself. I died for the stage, so I should live for it as well.
You know what you just said? You just said should.
Well, why should you live for the stage?
What was my death worth if the stage does not matter?
But it's only you who's saying your death ain't worth something. Your shoulds are fatal. Ain't that a lot of pressure?
Perhaps. Though one might argue that all great actors must be forged in fire.
But is acting really the most important thing in the world?
I shall assume that you jest. Vampire society is of no use to me. We are so few, and I cannot have an adoring crowd without a crowd.
Ah, so you just want people to praise you. You got a praise kink. That's what I'm hearing here. This one?
Vampires ain't got nothing to offer you.
Oh, Ginger. Do you also have a praise kink? I'll remember that.
Nothing they can give, no. Vampires do not understand the avant-garde.
Vampires have a lot to give. We got time to understand things mortals just can't. I think you're painting vampire society with a pretty broad brush. We got some redeeming values.
Oh, perhaps. But an understanding of the stage is not one of them. You know, I see what you are doing. The motivations of man are well known to me through my art.
And what am I doing?
You are mocking me, undermining me, causing me to doubt myself.
With a fire.
I know thy purpose, wretch.
The fire's getting crazy.
This therapy business is all a ruse. You would lay me low and claim dominion over me.
All I'm trying to do is help you, friend. Reality's a lot easier to deal with when you can accept it for what it is.
So, now you doubt my sanity? Is there no end to your japes and jabs? I shall not break. Oh, you shall see. The tides of cruel seas will crash upon me, but I do not wither. I know thy game, trickster. You wish to keep me in your debt. The more I doubt myself, the more you take from me. You think you are clever, but thy tongue outvenoms all the worms of the Nile. Well, what have you to say for yourself? Speak, that I might hear thy bile!
Tell him you do this free. Tell him you are not a trickster. Tame him like a wild horse. You know, he did really enjoy being called a good boy last time. I'm sure he would enjoy being called good boy again.
Easy there.
What?
I know you're upset and you're scared. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you want to hurt me?
Good vampire. Ain't you sweet? Yeah, it's all right.
What a sweet, sweet little good vampire. He's a good boy.
You really don't want to hurt me? You'll keep me safe?
We're safe. Ain't no place safer than right here. We're friends. That's right. You're my buddy now. Just my pal Eddie.
In truth, I am oft left bereft of friendship. Our kind can be difficult.
You mean vampires?
No, actors. But to sense one is not alone in all the world is a feeling to be cherished.
You ain't alone, I promise you. Whatever bad stuff we're living, someone else has lived it already.
'Tis so. Many geniuses were unappreciated in their time, with wonders of their craft consigned to history's dusty pages. Even the bard himself did struggle. There is some comfort in that.
Common nocturnality. We all got the same needs, man. Blood, safety, and sex.
Both in undead and alive. That is how we all feel.
Indeed. I, too, am akin to the doomed Achilles, though my sore spot lies not so low, but twixt stem and stern.
Tain't my place to comment.
Oh, it seems the spot is no secret to you after all.
Maybe we can talk about that some more in your next session. I think you did pretty dang well today.
Yes, I suppose I did. I am rather good at therapy, aren't I?
He totally has a praise kink.
If you're here and wanting to get better, yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty good at therapy.
Well, one mustn't rest on one's laurels, must one?
That's right, Eddie. Okay, I'll see you in a few weeks then.
Aye, we shall vanquish my demons together. I cannot tarry. The stage awaits.
Dang, what the hell was that?
Sam's just like, what the fuck did you give me?
One of the darker malignancies of the mind, dear Samuel.
You sure I'm up to this?
You were masterful, Samuel. You were able to take your knowledge about cognitive distortions and turn their definitions outward. And we must speak about this equine ability of yours in your next session.
Oh, that. Yeah, I learned a lot about myself through my horse.
Phrasing.
Save it for our next session. Rest, Samuel. You have faced a great danger. Now it is time to drink and be merry with the Goths.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, not sure I'd call them merry, but they know how to cut loose. All right, Andy, I'll see you later.
Good night, Samuel. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Andy. It's time to dance, guys. Dance party.
Well, that was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I probably want to forget that. I should go talk to Crimson.
If it isn't Sammy the Kid, plop that butt down. Got a shot prepared for you.
I love how Crimson is like my therapist after I've done doing my therapy session with other people, and I go to Crimson and I'm like, girl, I can't wait to tell you all this stuff.
Well, thanks, Crimson. What is that? A Bloody Mary?
No, a Bloody Steve.
Nice.
I think that's what he said his name was.
Nice.
Of course it is. How's the crowd tonight?
You know, it's funny. They're a little on the weird side tonight. Must be a full moon out.
Oh, you ain't kidding. I just had my first therapy session with the strangest fella I ever met. The actor type. Used to be an international celebrity back when I was alive. Well, seems like fame's a nasty drug.
Like Andy says, people are people. Doesn't matter what era they're from. Feeling good about your session, though?
I feel great. I think it went
He was
so
pretty
good.
confrontational, but he was happy to talk about himself at least.
And he's coming back.
Andy says the real clients to worry about are the ones who've got nothing to say.
I get that. Being a human isn't easy. You gotta be pretty damn privileged to have no problems at all.
Well, this fella definitely has plenty of problems. I think he'll be keeping me busy.
It's a big world out there, cowboy. Full of vampires with no self-awareness.
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, here's to change then.
To change.
You, drinking Andy's blood there?
Andes? Nuh-uh, this is a plain old mortal drink. You think anyone would want to drink that man's blood from a bottle when they can get it straight from the source?
I suppose they wouldn't.
I'm not proud to drink blood, Sam. Wouldn't be doing it out here.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am.
Not your fault. I guess I shouldn't be offended.
I'm about to therapy her up. She is not proud to drink blood. She is not proud of it. Is that this? Or is that thinking? Is that this? Or is that, she said I shouldn't be offended. I guess I shouldn't be offended. She's saying a should statement. Is my boy gonna save me? Is he gonna help me out if I get this wrong? Okay, she is not proud to drink blood in public for whatever reason. I don't even know if I can save. Can I save? Oh, I can. Good call, Ginger. Oh, shit. Not good with this stuff.
Hold on a second, I'm getting that distortion-y feeling again.
Not your fault.
Oh, maybe it'll stop me.
Hold on a second, I'm getting...
Not your fault.
Is it the shit?
Who's telling you that you shouldn't
right,
be
all
offended,
along.
Crimson? I know this blood drinking stuff is complicated.
I second guessed and third guessed myself so hard.
Damn right it is. Look, I have customers to deal with, but let me give you some advice, Buffalo Bill. No therapy in here.
Ooh, she got mad that I therapied her up.
What happens at Eminard happens with consent. Got it?
Okay.
All right, that's fair, and my sincere apologies. It won't happen again.
That's right.
Oh, dang it. I've gone and made myself unwelcome. I better get out of Crimson's way.
You.
Oh, hi. Who are you? You're neat.
Huh? Do I know you?
I know you. I've been watching you, vampire.
I'll play along.
Yep, that's me, drinking blood to live.
Yes, you do. I saw you. I see everything. My name is Penoptabella.
Oh, I got my first stalker.
It means I see all, and I am beautiful.
Okay.
I saw you in the kink room with Reinhardt and Maxi.
Ooh, were you jealous? Damn, you've been watching me for a while, girl.
And now I see that you are thirsty and would like to drink.
Are you offering?
Yep, that is so.
Are you offering?
Come, drink from my neck. I wish to see what it is like.
Yes, the stalker joke is only a joke. It's just a joke, everyone. Oh shit, I don't even get the choice. What if I miss? I got...
Yes, I see now. That was very pleasant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You will go to your coffin now to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching me, you would know that's been my routine.
Well, if you wanted to cuddle.
It is normal for vampires to enter a state of torpor after consuming the blood of another.
Okay.
I wish you an excellent torpor, vampire.
Thanks, I guess. I guess I'd better get some shut-eye. This night has gone on long enough.
I don't think I should have drank from her. She'd be one that would like lace her blood to where I either get like drugged out or die.
Good evening, Samuel. I hope you are feeling well rested. I have a new client for you.
Oh, I can't wait to see who this new client is. However, I think I'm going to stop here. This game is very interesting. I do like some of the characters. I'm very intrigued about the creepy stalker lady and if I'm gonna see her again, if there's gonna be more with her lore, what other clients we get to see, how dramatic they will be. But I think I'll stop right here. Thank you everybody who's decided to join in. I really appreciate everyone who's been watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to follow. I also have a YouTube if you guys want to follow, Jezebel Craven. I think I have it in my homepage description area. But other than that, I hope you guys have a very good day or a good night. I will see you guys later. Bye! you